Yikes.
I spilled bubble tea all over myself.
Mango just came over all over you.
I was so happy to have it, and now I'm just upset. Disgusting.
Yeah. It is truly a treat.
Oh boy. Okay. Even though that already kind of was a cold open, I still have another one planned in my head. So, you know what I'm wondering? Where is my fucking poster?
The sheep took it. The sheep took it.
If you want to know what's up with the sheep, it's probably in the next episode's cold opening. Anyways, context. Lito already came yesterday. We got in my apartment.
I arrived yesterday. I did not care. Yesterday I arrived.
Yeah, we're gonna post this on the internet. This is a big difference for the internet. I realized that. Yeah, anyways, we went in my apartment and I was like really proud, showing off everything that I did. And then I looked. I was like, where's the poster? It's like a beautiful Steve Tony poster, and I leaned it against the wall on like a shelf thingy, and I got like 2 Funko Pops in front of it. One was knocked over.
Captain?
The captain was knocked over. Tony Stark was still kneeling strong in front of it, and the poster was gone. Like, it just vanished. It's not under my bed where I would expect it. It's not on my bed. It's not anywhere in the room. It's just gone, and I don't understand that.
It also didn't flew out of the window, even though the possibility was about like 1.9. Well, the possibility started to dropping down and down and down and down.
I mean, the window wasn't completely opened. It was like... And there was like such a small way where it could have gotten out, and for that it had to go past like some PS4 games, and it couldn't have gone, and...
It vanished. And like my only logical conclusion in the end was somebody broke in and only took the Steve Tony poster.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gorgeous poster, but I don't understand why they took more. Because if they're after fandom stuff, this apartment is full of it.
Oh,
and
yes.
if they're actually after valuable stuff, like I got the PS4 in there. I got a huge TV in there. I got my fucking MacBook in there. Like, there are so many more expensive and like more important stuff in there than like the Steve Tony poster. Even though I think it's really valuable, but like...
The artist who created that just died crying.
If you want to know about this poster, it is from the wonderful Pineapple Bread. They have a store, so check it out. I'm gonna post a picture of the...
Honestly, we should do some milk carton designs and place that onto milk cartons and be like, have you seen my poster?
I'm gonna do that in the floor of my apartment building. Like on the door downstairs, I'm gonna be like, have you seen this apartment?
This poster.
This poster.
Have
Oh
you seen
no.
this apartment? Now you have. Thieves better steal other shit than my fandom merch. Ever wondered what will happen if a semi-stable scientist, one lab explosion away from being a supervillain, teams up
With a caffeine-addicted screenwriter ready to fight the system?
Well, buckle up, buckaroo, 'cause we're about to dive right in to the madness of transdimensional travels.
Take a seat in the front row as we take beloved movies from this dimension and pitch it with a completely different genre, thus creating a whole new classic. Hi, I'm Mels.
And I'm Professor J.E.L.Lehnsherr, and this is In Another Reality.
A transdimensional journey exploring beloved stories in another universe.
Imagine mad scientist.
Meets Starbucks screenwriter. We take beloved movies from this dimension, and what we do is we pitch it with a new genre and therefore creating a new plot, and we pitch it in another universe. This went smoothly as always because we did not talk about who's gonna do that.
I thought that was the thing you wanted to do first, and I do that in the next episode.
No, I was talking about the cold open.
Oh, fuck, we had that. I had 2 hours of sleep today. I was reading fan fictions of horrible history because I found that on Reddit after It's a long story how I ended up doing that. Basically, my fantastic co-host told me that there are people posting memes about, like, of course, Her Majesty passing, and that the Horrible History song is now no longer accurate, which also pisses me off, because that song was my childhood. Anyways, moving on. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for that meme and see if there are changes happening. Fast forward to me scrolling through Reddit. I don't use Reddit, actually. I don't have an account, but you can use that for free. And me finding out somebody complaining about that there were people shipping, like, Matt Beyond, he's probably not pronounced like that, and Will Beyond, oh shit, I fucked those names up. Matt and Ben from Horrible History. So I'm like, that can't be a thing, right? I Googled it. AO3 had fan fictions, and they were the cringiest, most teenage fan fictions out there.
All fan fictions are great.
They were amazing. I was laughing my ass off and trying so hard not to wake Mouse, who was sleeping next to me.
Did I sleep or did I do some like hardcore sports?
Also, they were twisting around a lot, and it was really Olympic sports at some point, because at some point they body slammed their fucking pillow into the mattress, and I was believing that they were wide awake at that point. They weren't, and I was
It's just my nightly routine.
Yeah.
Okay, housekeeping. Oh boy, is there a lot to say, I think.
So we had like an involuntarily hiatus. Welcome to the second season of this bitch.
There are no seasons, but yes.
Yeah, there are no seasons, and there's like an episode coming out before that, which we recorded before the involuntarily hiatus.
Do you mean like hiatus?
Hiatus, yeah.
I'm also not sure how it's pronounced, but like maybe hiatus?
Hiatus. Probably not like that, but I've
one of those or something in between. You choose.
always been pronouncing it like that. A long ass break. So
that's the thing. Yeah, that happened because I mean, I think I said it in episodes and like also in the poetry slam announcement. I was doing my finals. I was like, we have like 3 final things I had to do. So I had like the normal test thingy, then I had like producing a video thingy, and then I would have like a practical one as well. Unfortunately, I got the good old Rona and couldn't do that, but then I also had to move, so there was a lot of stuff of like, yeah, moving into an apartment where like nothing was done, like literally nothing was done in this apartment, and I moved into it. Then I had to like get furniture, build this furniture, get all my stuff from like other apartments, because I basically had like 3 before that. So yeah, and then work. And also work was immediately stressful as heck. And it's still super stressful. It's gonna stay stressful through the whole of September. But I was like, no, I want to go back to recording. So here we are, finally back in the studio. Yeah, so the news are I'm working full-time now, even though I didn't do the last of the finals, but I'm gonna do that in January, I believe. I moved. My soul left my body. I was in New York, which was nice. Maybe I'm gonna post some pictures about that. It was pretty cool. That are like the things that like happened over it, like so much happened.
basically Mels became a functioning adult.
I'm not functioning. I'm not. I somehow, maybe I'm somehow functioning, but like.
I mean, you're technically what society considers a functional adult if you discard like all of the stress, the anxiety, the mental health problems, and general other crises.
So a lot happened. I don't think like we were also like on a hiatus from our like social media, especially Instagram, because everywhere else we didn't really post anyways.
Yeah.
But I think we got some cool stuff coming. We planned a little bit.
I prepared a whole month of poetry shit for June, and then fucked up the first 2 days, and then I was like, well, nobody is gonna bother anyways, so it's still on canvas, waiting for, I don't know, some month.
Eventually it will get posted. I try to get back to our regular schedule things. I guess we're gonna try to start posting on Tumblr more regularly as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we did the introduction thingies, but never posted them. Is this right?
Yeah. Yeah. We saved them, and then Tumblr was such a bitch to us. Like, I remember it was, I think, I feel like it was either it was the last time we were recording, or it was when we did, like, the Poets Assembly. And Tumblr just kept on discarding stuff, kept on throwing us out, and didn't save changes, and it was just a bitch.
Yeah, I remember that. It was such a bitch. Anyways, that is coming, so look forward to that. And we planned how we're gonna do things with the Patreon, and I think hopefully, because spoiler alert, it's coming up, we're gonna have a 1-year anniversary, even though we had like a break. Hopefully it's gonna be launched then. I think that would be great.
Yeah, that would be really amazing. I don't know. Maybe around October the new book is coming out. Hell knows.
Yeah, the books is like, it's a whole other thing. We're gonna try, and we're gonna keep you updated, and we're gonna try to go back to like a schedule thingy and actually keeping you in the loop and trying to build this brand more. Yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting in the next few years, and we definitely want to continue doing this podcast.
Yes, definitely.
Because it is so much fun. I'm so happy to be back, like, on this cinema chair, trying not to fall over while recording some dumb shit with Lito.
I hate this chair so much. All my hatred is bottled up. It can be sold. It is lavender.
New merch just dropped.
Lavender, rose, and...
tulips?
No, not fucking tulips. No.
That was a whole thing this morning. You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Okay, should we move things along maybe?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, nothing happened in my life.
Let's move this shit along if you don't have anything else.
No.
I'm also a little bit distracted because Lito is wearing the professor hat. I don't know if you remember the thing we did last Halloween. It's almost a year ago. Oh my god.
Scary skeletons.
Yeah, it's spooky season again. I'm so excited. But yeah, the horrifying, incredible professor cosplay we did last Halloween. He's wearing the hat from that, and it's a little bit distracting. But it's also, like, iconic.
I could put the glasses up here so we can actually see you. I don't even need my glasses.
You need your glasses for the outline and for the movies and stuff. Talking about it, we should get into this shit that's actually the podcast.
Yeah. Well... It's been fun, guys. See you.
So you told me we came well prepared. I didn't have a movie or genre until like yesterday evening night. And when I asked about what Lito's genre is, he replied with like modern fantasy, and it's advertised for children, but it's traumatized him as a child.
Not really traumatized, but no. I was rewatching it yesterday, and I thought that's not a movie I would have advertised as a children's movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, that also makes sense.
But the days back then were harder, and our generation is now fucked up probably because of movies like that.
Okay, and I was thinking about it. At first, when I heard like modern fantasy, I was like, wait, is he doing Percy Jackson because he brought the Camp Half-Blood shirt?
No, that was unrelated.
Yeah, no, I realized that then as well. We're both wearing Camp Half-Blood shirts at the moment, by the way. I think that's important for you to know.
Yeah, because it's spooky season and...
And then I thought about like a children's movie which fucked me up as a child or an adolescent, because the only thing that's like kind of bugging me is like it is fantasy, but also is it fantasy?
Oh God. If you would have guessed that movie, I would be so impressed.
So my guess is I'm actually not quite sure how it's called in English. In German, it's called something like Die Brücke nach der blub blub blub.
Okay, it's not that movie, and I've never heard about that movie.
It's like the bridge to I don't know, and it's like it's so sad and so uncalled for. And okay, cool. I have no idea what your movie is. So tell me, what is your movie?
Okay, I'm gonna switch languages. Velkommen til Vad Kaos. Krottstock and Speterbrook. That's my movie.
I did not understand a single word that came out of your mouth.
Okay, my movie is Crusade in Jeans.
What?
Crusade in Jeans. Kreuzzug in Jeans.
Kreuzzug in Jeans.
Yeah.
Crusade in Jeans.
Crusade
I
in Jeans.
never heard of that. What the hell is that? Okay.
It's a 2006 Dutch movie based on based on the book by Thea Brogmanson, which is from the 1970s, and it's a modern fantasy movie because there's time travel in there. It's a really cool movie. Do you want to reveal the genre?
Yeah, my genre, because I actually looked at our genre list because I was like, I don't know what to do with that. And I thought, okay, what's something we haven't really done yet? And I thought we haven't done spy stuff yet. So I'd like to do spy action thingy, along the lines of Mission Impossible, maybe. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That we can steal shit from the Christians. I'm up for that.
Amazing. Okay, tell me about the movie.
Okay, so Crusade in Jeans. So basic.
I'm not over this title. Can we talk about how I'm not over this title?
That guy is literally in a crusade in jeans.
Because you said time travel, in the before medieval times.
No, we are in 1212. 1212.
Oh wait,
we
that far.
In the fucking Crusades.
We are in the actual Crusades.
We are in the special version of the Crusades. We are in the Children's Crusade. Have you ever heard of the Children's Crusade?
The thing is, I'm not surprised, but also no.
So, honestly, okay. We can do the funny stuff first. Yes. So, I mean, I have this in my head, actually, but I backed it up because my sleep schedule has been a mess the past few days. I was worried I might forget, even though I have this in my head embodied since years and years. So, there were two boys. This is the history part of what actually happened. So Nicholas of Cologne, and I didn't write the French boy down. French boy doesn't need. And another French guy starts with C. They both started this children's crusade. They were both young shepherds and led a tiny army of children. At the beginning, it was a tiny army of children because children were seen as the pure souls, even though some historians are probably they wrote children because the poor didn't sound as fancy and as holy. Anyways, so their idea was, okay, a group of children marching into the Holy Land would help peacefully convert the Muslims in the Holy City, which is completely idiotic.
This is bonkers.
So basically, a group of children, and I'm calling this a group, because, I don't know, 3,000 to 8,000 children sounds a bit insane. Yeah, I know, right? So they collected these children, sometimes really by blackmailing several towns by the power of God, with the power of God, allegedly, and sometimes kidnap kids to join their crusades.
Okay, can I get this right? They were typical Christians, our religion is the best, our God is the real one, everyone needs to convert or they end up in hell. And since children are so pure and so good-hearted, they're the ones that can, convince those Muslims to convert. So they were we're gonna kidnap children, which is, against your Bible thingy, I'm pretty sure. And they were we're gonna corrupt these children to become an army who needs to probably do some nasty stuff to get there.
Well,
so they're no longer pure, so they can convince with their pureness.
Well, actually, it got worse. So
okay, I'm gonna hold on and lean back and listen.
Hold on. So, well, they weren't kidnapped. In theory, they were peacefully taken, peacefully convinced. Anyways, so more and more children were gathered, town of Spire kind of got smitten, blah, 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 blah. Once they reached Geneva, which was the stupidest route to take. Listen, you could have gone, via Morocco, the Pillars of Hercules, which would, be an easier and direct way, the way they were coming. And it is kind of sus, but they went over Geneva. And what happened is, this whole children's crusade thing, it was kind of a setup to sell those children to slavery.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, loads of children died, obviously on the way, so it weren't that many children slaves, but yeah. And contemporary and historians are like, yeah, we are still not really sure if that happens, because contemporary sources were like, the earliest were from 1220, somewhere from, so they're like, yeah, okay, we kind of can believe them. Then there were some from 1220 to 1250, which are like, author could have been there and who could have written it down later. But they are also kind of sus about it actually happening. But, you know, I just think it's kind of ridiculous. Children marching into a crusade. Like, they weren't trained fighters.
Yeah, obviously not.
They weren't trained to fight. They weren't trained to outlast. Loads of children just died and starved on the way. In theory, if they were actually children, not just beggars. Who knows? But anyways, some kind of prolific myth around the Crusades, which were horrible. Like, honestly, what the fuck? I mean, I don't like the Crusades. I think they are...
No.
Stupid. Generally, stop fighting over religion. Just get the fuck along. But anyways. So, that is the history bit done. I am switching back to...
the actual movie, and now I'm even more confused what this movie is going to be about.
Okay. It's literally... It's called Crusade in Jeans. That's on the tin, and that's inside.
But like, you just told me this horrible story about those children starving to death on this crusade. And
That's happening in the movie.
And now you're telling me that a kid's modern fantasy movie is going to send probably an adolescent or a child in jeans back to a crusade so he can do this shit.
Yes. Basically the plot. Mels is leaving the studio. Oh no. Oh, they're coming back. They are coming back.
Excuse me?
It gets worse. Sit down. Come on. Take a seat. You will...
Okay, I guess I'm back. I'm back on my seat. I'm not gonna leave again.
We have Queen in this movie. Well, we have a movie of Queen. We have a song of Queen. We don't have a movie of Queen.
Okay,
yeah. This is like the most wholesome scene in this whole damn movie, and I
can't believe that there's a wholesome scene, but tell me all about it.
Okay, so we start at the beginning. Where else? So basic plot. 15-year-old fucks up the most important football game of his whole country. Like, he's a football player, and he is really egoistic.
Wait. He's 15, and it's the most important football game of the country.
Yeah. Because they're a youth, it's a youth club, but it gets like broadcasted everywhere. He wants to be in like the national league. It's
not the most important one because there's a national league.
Yeah, but it's the national league of the youngsters.
Yeah, okay.
They made it really important in the movie, so I don't
get it. Yeah, it's fine.
It's an alternative universe, okay? That might be their national league, but it's national league either probably for the real. I don't know. Okay, he's 15. Anyways,
it's not what I expected, but yeah,
that's how we start. So his mom is an awesome scientist. I love his mom. She's cool. So, and she works on time machines, and she has working time machines. And they've never experimented on humans before. They're experimenting currently on monkeys, sending them back in time, and so on and so on. And you see that the time machine is kind of wonky, and the monkeys are not doing great. I mean,
so we have like kind of like the Fly scenario.
Not really. Nobody's getting turned into horrific monsters.
No, but like that also didn't work probably with monkeys and stuff. Okay, yeah, continue.
Yeah. Anyways, so and he's like, okay, I fucked up really badly. I want to fix this. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be myself back into that football game and be not an asshole and be not egoistic in this football game. So his mistake, he enters the password, which was 1212, into the time machine, thinking, oh yeah, that's my mom's password, I need to enter this. But this was actually the year, so bam!
That's where he ends up.
In the middle of the Children's Crusade, and yeah.
Just to clarify, in this crusade, in this interpretation, it's actual children, right?
It's actually children, but it's led by a very sus monk who wants to sell them into slavery.
Oh yeah, okay, right. I remember that was a part of this movie as well.
Yeah, but we also there are two important adults in the Crusades. One is my boy, that's a monk who low-key looks like an adult version of me. A pretty adult version of me. Like same colored bangs, is a monk, and his name is Thaddeus. He's wholesome, and he's okay, wait. That's too far-fetched. Anyways, he ends up in the Crusade. He wears a blue Nike sports jacket.
From what year is this movie?
2006.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Has a white shirt with 90s written on it, jeans, I think also Nike shoes. He has like these pills to keep him stable in the past. He eats Mars bars the whole fucking movie.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Nothing else to say.
Yeah. What else? He has an iPod. I think it's an iPod. One of those early, like it's no longer Walkman, but kinda. And he calls it a troubadour in a box. Yeah, that's my favorite bit, anyways. And yeah, so he befriends this girl, Jenna, who's a healer. Ends up saving the prince from drowning, like they have a random prince there.
I just want to say, where's the prince coming from? But yeah,
yeah,
sure.
he's also the kid. And anyways, like that goes on. Obviously, Anselmus, which is like the villain, that's the villainous monk there, who isn't, I think in the story, he's actually a monk, like in the movie, but in the book, he is like the fake. He's pretending to be a monk.
Right, I completely forgot that it's based on a book.
The book is even more fucked up and even more sadder. Like that's the book is a bit different, and I think the book is even worse than the movie. But I like both because both are really traumatic. Somehow. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on. The children at some point get sick. They had to vacate. Everyone is kind of dying. Everyone is starving. You see children dropping like flies, dying, and people were just walking over the children. It's
really fun children's movie.
It's insane. And yeah, at some point they play football. At some point, Thaddeus joins them, and he does drawings of the boy, Dolph. His name is Dolph. And that's how his mom, like the scientist, manages to find him and send him like a return cane, and kind of ends up helping him return to like their century where he's belong. And he's like, oh no, I'm in the middle of a fight. I need to save the girl who I've become best friends with. Then just screams to his mom, I need to get back. And then ends up getting back. And there's an American version. In the American version, he goes back then to the future with Jenna. And the European version is just like, yeah, he goes back in time. It ends up on a huge cliffhanger. And there's never a follow-up because there's no follow-up in the book. And yeah, so I left out that he almost got executed multiple times, that he almost got raped by people. Like he, not her. And yeah, it is an insane thing. And the queen thing. So basically there was like, when the kids were starving, they were going to like this one town, and the town was like, yeah, no, you're not gonna take our children, you're not gonna take our crops. And then he was like, you know what, I can offer you my troubadour in a box if you let us bake breads till sunrise. And then Queen was playing We Are the Champions on the box on the troubadour, the iPod. And all of the children were singing We Are the Champions while baking bread, and it was the most wholesome scene in this whole damn movie. So everything was just death and drama and, oh my god, murder, and he's probably gonna die from some shit, and yeah.
This sounds absolutely insane.
And the movie is, I think it has no age rating. It's either 0 or 6. But
I mean, I'm on the Wikipedia at the moment because everything sounds so bonkers that I have to look. And what I find is it is for children, like at least in Germany, for children who's like over or like who are or over 12. And the book is also advertised towards children. They said it's a children novel it's based on.
Yeah.
I am flabbergasted.
Yep, I can see that. And I mean,
I have so many questions, but getting all of them is going to... No, we can't go to all the questions I have, because then we're gonna sit here in 15 hours and I still would be confused.
Yep.
So let's just get some more stuff about my genre, and then...
Okay.
Genre spy. Like I said, I thought something like Mission Impossible. there's often like some kind of intrigue going on in the background, some powerful people who have like a plan and having like spies everywhere.
I know who. I know who's gonna be the M of this situation.
Yeah, James Bond is also like a thing we can reference. But like I said Mission Impossible because I think it's fun to have like not every Bond movie has this, a twist or like a betrayal.
That's happening in this movie as well.
Yeah, obviously. You often have like an enemy who's like either like an opposing spy organization or country, or you have like the enemy from within who's trying to destroy the spy organization from within because of some tragic past or anything.
Oh no, not the tragic past.
Yeah, those are like the bullet points I wrote down.
So, I know, so this is a German actor you might be familiar with.
I'm not?
Okay, he's in the movie. And he's like head of the science thing. Head of this secret, it's a kind of a secret government laboratory. And he could be like the one pulling the strings. He could be the Alec Baldwin of Mission Impossible. I've only seen 2 Mission Impossibles.
I only seen 1. Whoopsies. I don't remember a lot of it, so that's that. No, but that's I think about it. The thing is, I think we can go in 2 different directions here. We can either go with having the spy stuff happening in the past, or having the spy stuff happening like in the future with the time machine, because a time machine and a secret government organization with time machines has like a great setting for a spy story.
Yes, but so you want people from the past to go into the future.
That was not what I was thinking, but now I like the idea.
That is dangerous because all of those people from the past in this universe, they are obliviously religious and would never voluntarily go into the future. Like, everything for them is witchcraft. Everything for them is like, oh God, this is blasphemy. Oh no, I said God. Oh no.
But it wouldn't be that fun. Like, wouldn't be that fun. Like, imagine we have the time machine. They're going, like, this guy is going back. The mom finds out immediately. So tries to get him back and accidentally get, like, all of those kids and religious people who are, like, on this crusade back with him. And then they're doing a spy organization, like, against the world that's no longer in fear of God and has to be taught the ways of Jesus again.
7,000 people do not fit into this small tube.
Okay, I have no idea how the time machine looks.
Okay, so the time machine is like this bubble tea. It is the same shape as this bubble tea. Mm-hmm. And people get sent into the past. It's like beaming. Like, you have this blue...
Maybe she tries to reverse it, but because there's so many people around him, she accidentally beams them all back.
She can't beam them all back because they wouldn't fit into the tube. Like, everything which comes back and which goes in has to fit into the tube.
Can't we just change that? Like, I mean, if you don't want to do it, we can do something else, but technically we could just change the mechanics of the time travel there.
7,000 people appear in one laboratory.
It doesn't have to be 7,000. It can be just like the main characters. We don't need the 50,000 children that gonna die.
I mean, bear in mind, the main characters is like a group of quite a few people. Okay, so you have the leader of the Crusade, Nicholas, who's like grey. He's a precious baby who's influenced by the bad guy. Then we have the bad guy. We have the bad guy's bodyguard who tries to kill Dolph on multiple occasions. We have the prince. We need to save the prince's life because he's a precious boy. We have obviously Dolph, the time-traveling boy. We have Jenna. We have her siblings. We can leave her siblings out. I think one of them dies anyways, or maybe both, or maybe only one. There were too many children, and I couldn't keep up with it. Okay, and of course Thaddeus, because I need Thaddeus in my life. Can I adopt a monk from 1212?
I don't think so.
He could take care of my plants. He would be afraid of the cats, but he could take care of the plants. I'm keeping it in my garden. I don't have a garden, but...
I just want to say, what garden? Okay, but like if we just get like this crew, especially like the evil one, back in the future, then he can like start recruiting from there. Like he can go to church and recruit people for like a secret organization who's trying to get the people back on God's way or whatever. But
oh my god, I have an idea. Okay, so Nicholas kind of looks like a baby Jesus with his long hair, and he could be claiming like Anselmus, that's the evil guy, could be claiming, oh, Jesus has returned, and then they are like doing DNA tests, and they figure out like this little boy there is actually centuries old, and then the church is going all crazy and calling the second coming of Christ and stuff like that. And
I love this idea.
Because, I mean, I don't have a picture of Nicholas, because I didn't thought it might be referenced, but you could look him up and see he's such a precious, innocent boy, and he's really naive, because he has voices, probably has schizophrenia, let's be real, or took some funny mushrooms.
Oh, he's Jesus.
No, he's too...
I mean, they're gonna claim that it's because he's Jesus.
Yeah, true that. And like, towards the end, he gets more... I mean, he's kind of uneducated. That's the problem. He's like a shepherd's boy who suddenly started hearing voices. Even though I think in the book, Anselmus made that up, that he is like the chosen one who wants to lead children and stuff like that. A book and movie are two different things, but carry on. Yeah, so he claims that. And obviously Thaddeus, Jenna, and Dolph, and maybe the prince kind of tries to find his own way and go to the
like they're gonna try to find a way to bring. I think what it's gonna be is gonna be a battle about the time machine, because the team good side is gonna try to send like everyone back to the past where they belong, while the team bad side is gonna try to destroy the time machines. So they can like rule over the world they just discovered and try to like lead them back to the glorious days.
Yeah, also we have like this problem of like at the end of the movie, so when Dolph was coming back the first time, the mom actually had to break in because she got suspended from her job, and so security guards are literally storming in, trying to secure the laboratory. So what happens? What I'm visioning right now. So our good guys, Mom, time-traveling crusader Jean's boy, who plays football.
That's an amazing name for the band.
Yes. Jenna, maybe, and I think the prince, who has a very cute name. I didn't write it down. The prince is hiding underneath the table, so he doesn't get caught, because he's a small, petite, precious little boy. He's hiding underneath the table and nobody sees him. So Jenna, Dolph, Mom scientist, they get captured, and Thaddeus. They get captured and brought into arrest cells. Prince is hiding underneath the table. He kind of follows his own agenda and is like, okay, I'm still a prince. I'm gonna go and seek the royals. And yeah, okay, we are in the Netherlands, so okay, he's gonna find royals, obviously, and then you're like, hey, I'm also a royal, and then they are gonna keep him locked up and do tests on him, and they're like, oh no, he's maybe somehow rightful heir to certain thrones, even though France no longer has a monarchy, but he's also kind of related to our blood. Okay, we're gonna keep that on a lock and key.
Yeah, or he's just gonna stay in the facility and is the one who lets the other ones back in.
Yes, but I'm also thinking about, that the prince is doing connections with like the royal family and has then a palace guard and comes in riding...
That he's like the Deus Ex Machina?
Yes, he's the Deus Ex Machina. Like, he's the literal Deus Ex Machina. He looks like a tiny angel and just rides in on a white horse in full battle armor. Like, in a massive battle armor. He's, like, too small for it, but he looks so God-fearing. And he's riding in with, like, with a lance, which has, like, a blood-red seal. And, like, Anselmus, the evil thing, and his and his bodyguard, and... Also, Nicholas, they think, oh my god, it's the wrath of God. Oh no, we really fucked up. And at the same time, they have like these thunderdomes. Are they called thunderdomes? Basically, it's like a Fargan cage where you can harvest lightning. You can basically make your own lightning. Anyways,
I know what you mean.
Anyways, such a hardcore Deus Ex Machina moment for the end where he just storms in, riding in, with the palace guards and like the bad guys thinks, oh my god, it's actually an angel or something coming to,
coming for us because we lied about who Jesus is.
yes. So
I also want like the betrayal and switching side thing that Nicholas was
Nicholas, because that kind of happens in the movie, because at some point Nicholas actually listens to Dolph about, something's really sus here, and you need to actually take care of the kids, because you're having a feast right now and that kid's dying from starvation.
Yeah, that movie sounds so insane.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we are having the beginning of the movie is the same. He's going back in time, but instead of like waiting to find out, the mom finds out immediately and but because he's like trying to bring him back, they accidentally bring back a lot of the main characters as well.
Actually, you could have that happen before, like the evening of the execution would be like ideal.
Yeah, I mean like somewhere in the beginning, like not after like he's been long there. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time like in the past.
Actually, I would like to have like the character bonding thing already happening.
Yeah, no, of course not.
And we just kind of draw this mom problem thing where we have the guards storming in and locking down the facility and dragging her off. That thing we have to just put more in remove from the end and put in the middle, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, we're cutting it off before like the raid happens, and there are children's taken off. Basically, cut off like I think half an hour of the end there. Just gonna be up. You haven't seen the movie.
No, so I haven't seen the movie. So I would say of course he goes back. He already meets those people, forms some kind of a bond with those people. But like I also would like to see them getting closer together in the like future or in the now.
I mean they have honestly great character development and realistic character development. There is no rushed or anything.
Yeah, and
it's very good on that perspective because it's like a natural way of bonding. So yeah, I mean that's as natural as it gets. So yeah.
So then we have that. Then obviously the mom gets dragged out, and
Zanus and the other guys are getting also dragged out. They kind of have to start doing somewhat of a prison break situation.
Yeah, we have a prison break situation.
Dolph kind of gets let free because he has not that weird DNA. Obviously some tests have to be done on him and so on. And he ends up teaming up with Udo Kier. That's the actor I just showed you. No idea what his name was in the movie. He's kind of the boss of the mom. And he's like, okay, you know what? I have a bad feeling about those two who got away. And then he's like, yeah, I've heard weird rumors going on. And we got to do something. And they do a whole mask, like.
Yeah, they're doing like the whole we whisper through like kind of like Hannibal but less gory. Perfect.
Oh, thinking about kidneys and my kidney hurts.
Yeah. Then I would do I would love like a montage of like the evil guys like going to different churches and showing him off, and then the DNA gets tested from like some people, and then there's like a whole cult and like things starting, and they're planning on destroying the time machine so there's no way back and that nobody can find out what actually happened.
Yeah.
And so we have that, then they probably there's gonna be like a scene where they're going even as high as a fucking pope or anything.
Yeah.
And then
basically them storming into the Vatican and kind of dethroning the Pope. Also, what I would love to have is like Jewish and Muslim people teaming up and being like forming an underground and be like, yeah, come on, we know something is fishy about there. And then we have like the partisan fighters, because there's always like this like subgroup who supplies like our main heroes with informations.
Yes, I love that.
And because like obviously Jewish and Muslim people have these experiences with those crazy Christians, sadly. And they were like, okay, we are low-key fearing of like, not really a second Crusade, but they're like a modern version of a Crusade. Well, actually an annihilation, let's be real here. And
yeah, but that's what I want. Like, I actually want, like, I'm seeing like kind of the end of the movie, and I want them like basically really forming this crusade, but like being backed by fucking bigot millionaires who's like giving them actual like, I don't know, tanks and really like maybe going as far as like a fucking nuclear bomb, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like about to like storm cities and stuff, and then I want the scene where they like this happens, and at the same time our heroes trying to break in to get like the time machine worked out, and like you have those two, so it's like really intense, and then suddenly they made it, and then you cut back and like all of the like the main people are like gone, and then I want the Deus Ex Machina coming in to then stop like the rest of the people who are still there and who will not be sending back and explaining everything.
Yes. Also, what I've been thinking, like, the time machine has been not really destroyed, but decommissioned in some sort of way. I have no idea how that time machine works. Disclaimer.
How does time work?
But because they are like particles, so my idea was my own idea. Disclaimer. I do not know how that time machine works. Time particles, basically, bluey time thingies, which are portable, and Jenna. Our lovely healer, Jenna, stole them because she saw them and thought, well, it looks like medicine. You know what? I'm going to just nick them before they capsule us. And they make portable time machines out of those, or like time bombs, which they put DNA on there. And the person whose DNA is bonded on there.
What if we are not bothering? We're sending all the assholes back in time. Everyone who's like there and like trying to help with this crusade, straight back in time. And then we can have like a fun end credit scene where they're all getting burned at stakes because there's not.
They just return and have weird looking things, and none of their modern technology works.
I mean all the people they like not like but like also like not only the people who came back from the past, but the people they recruited. Like all of them, we're sending them back in the past.
Yes.
All the assholes are gonna get sent back to the past because we're not bothering. We're gonna build time bombs and like
throw them in there. I mean, it probably would best if we would just either spawn them like in the middle of the Holy Land and everyone. Okay, let's be real, the Christians. And the Christians see them just spawning, and they're like, witches, sorcery.
Yes, can we like please let's do that.
Yes, and
I love the idea of time bombs.
Yes, I know how they're gonna. Oh my god, am I gonna make jewelry out of those time bombs?
I would love that so much.
So basically,
there's already drawing going on.
I could. I know. I have stuff to make jewelry at home, but I think I'm gonna ask my lovely, lovely kiddo Hannah, with whom I've been blessed to be on Zoom meetings for like 3 times now, is very amazing in jewelry making, and they did some insane earrings. Very spooky earrings with tiny ghosts and pumpkins. Aww. And then also that thing. My bracelet was made by Hannah as well.
Yeah, you told me that.
Listeners also need to know. It's tiny gemstones. I forgot right now all of them. Each color stands for like a different character. I adore. One is for Bucky. One is for Archie Kennedy. One represents my beautiful ocean dads, Steven and Jack from Master and Commander. And one is for Harry from The Terror, which I can't wait to bring onto the podcast. It's a show about the Franklin expedition. And did we lose our thread?
We did. Because we were like, okay, time bombs, we're sending everyone back. That's how the movie ends.
Yeah, particles. Woo, merge.
I think we got the movie.
I think so too. Can we keep Nicholas? Because I don't think he's a bad guy. No, we can't.
He switched. He switched sides. We remember.
Oh,
He's probably the guy who told the good guys when and where they're gonna start the crusade, so they can got ready to like time bomb them to the past.
Sweet.
So yeah, we all the people on the good side we keep in the modern age.
You know what would be really adorable if like the royal family would just adopt the prince and be like, hey, maybe from the Middle Ages, but he's too adorable and we're just gonna keep him.
Yeah, I thought about like the royal family maybe helping out with funds for everything and making sure that like maybe like all the other kids probably getting adopted by the mom. So maybe making sure that they have enough money for like how many more kids are there now?
Yeah. Like everyone gets proper education.
Yes.
And Thaddeus starts having an art exhibition.
Nice.
I don't know if he's still gonna be a monk. Maybe he starts doing podcasts and becomes a scientist and invents transdimensional traveling.
Is this your origin story?
Possibly.
Amazing. Okay, then I guess we're gonna see you guys at the pitch meeting?
Yes.
Welcome to our pitch meeting, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary masters of the universe. We have a really special and amazing movie for you today. So, Lito, take it away.
Welcome, man. Also from me, Professor of Insanity. We have this very special movie for you today called Crusade in Jeans, which is a sequel actually, called Crusade in Jeans 2, Electric Boogaloo of Christ.
I thought it was just like Crusade in Jeans, Electric Boogaloo of Christ, because the Electric Boogaloo was like the second.
Yeah, it's the second coming of Christ.
Yeah, that's why Electric Boogaloo. I would just go then. I thought we could just for Jeans, Crusade in Jeans, Electric Boogaloo of Christ.
Okay, I thought I had to put them in the two because...
I thought that before you did the of Christ thing.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's get into it. Ryan Begara voice. Fresh from the march of the innocent, right into the flashing lights of modern day, 6 proper 12 folks go flush into 2006. A prince, 2 somewhat shady clergies, an artsy monk, a Jesus and Jonathan Van Ness love child, and a badass healer. While our rather dubious clergy escaped to bring the second coming of Christ, aka a shepherd's boy named Nicholas. Our boy Dolph, aka the idiot who went into a crusade dressed in jeans the first place, has to come up with an elaborate plan to not only free his now imprisoned buddies and mom, but also stop Anselmus and his boys from starting a modern crusade with nukes. Also, maybe find the prince who somehow became the one that got away, who possibly saves everything at the end of the day.
What do you think? I think that sounds like the perfect movie. I also think we can show like all the really dark stuff like from the past and then advertise it to children. I think that would just go perfectly.
Yeah.
And we only need like $12 million to do that, so I think if that's not a deal, then what is?
Yeah, and honestly, you can what do children cost these days? I feel like you can give them a lollipop and they would be still fine with it. Like,
We're not gonna do that. We're gonna pay those children's proper.
I feel like the children weren't paid in that movie. But anyways.
I mean, the extras probably not. Let's see if I'm still gonna be able to do the outro, because it was a disaster before, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be better now that I didn't do it for a month.
Well, I have high hopes in this. Also, buy our Jesus jeans.
Yes, there was a thing about Jesus jeans.
Yeah, Jesus jeans. Get them now.
So, if you're interested in like keeping up about all the insane shit we said at the beginning, you can follow us on Instagram under @J J.E.L.Lehnsherr _official. You can find us on YouTube. Just search for J.E.L.Lehnsherr. You can also find like the episodes there, but if you're listening to that, you already found them somewhere else. Anyways, we are also, like we just discussed in the beginning, we have a Tumblr blog in another reality where we hopefully gonna start posting soon. And we made a Twitter for the podcast. It's called @inaliarray_pod because in another reality was too long and it sounds very fancy like that.
Yeah, Latin is always an amazing language.
Yeah, also, like we also discussed, there's a lot of alsos in the beginning.
Oh boy. Also.
There are books that Alito wrote, especially we have poetry books out right now. You can find them at like ePubli or just ask your local bookstore about it. And maybe they're still available at Kaufland for whatever reason.
Who knows? We haven't been yet, but we could. We are gonna go in the break.
And also, you can buy them on Amazon, but like, let's not do that. Let's rather support the local bookstores. You can find them if you just like click the link. Like everything I just said is like linked in the description below. You can also just search for J.E.L.Lehnsherr books and stuff like that, and you're gonna find them, or like on our Instagram. And yeah, it's your turn.
I have a turn. I have things to say. Oh my god. My dear people, companions, peasants, lords, ladies, and royals of unidentifying gender, subscribe and review if you please at Spotify and Apple Podcast. Refers, as always, to your friends, your enemies, the person you're probably fighting in a crusade on. You know what? Fuck the crusades. Bond with them over our podcast. Let's create peace and madness of time traveling and transdimensional traveling. Let's be real here for a second. Even if they call you a witch or warlock or whatever, which is probably which is actually a gender neutral term, but never mind. Say, well, it isn't sorcery, but it's one hell of a nice ride.
I think the hell probably wouldn't help the case. And
Yeah,
I'm glad
not
that
really.
we have a rambling about witches in there, so that is great.
We had an episode about enchanters. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. It's been fun being back.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you stuck with us through this longest break or just found us, just thank you. It's great to know that this isn't just for our enjoyment and going out in the void, but some people might actually enjoy listening to this mess.
I like the void. The void and I, we're best friends.
I mean, the void is great.
Safe travels. Until next time.
Woo!